If you're planning on mounting a beaded edge or folding tire without a tube, you will need a UST tubeless rim, the high-quality Continental Revo sealant, and a kitchen brush with synthetic bristles. Keep in mind that you may need an electric compressor for mounting. Tires and their packaging contain the key technical data on the tires and tips for their correct application range. For best results, clean the tire before mounting it. Shake the bottle of Continental Revo sealant. Pour a little Conti Revo sealant into the tire. Take the kitchen brush and carefully clean the inner surface of the tire. On the basis of the muted white coloring after brushing, you can check whether you have caught every area of the tire. Make sure that you also brush the bead of the tire so that you remove tire production residue there as well. The more careful you are with the preparations, the better you can seal the system afterwards. Recheck the whole inner surface of the tire before you mount the tire on a tubeless rim. In mounting the tire, make sure that no debris, sand, stones, etc. gets inside the tire, as this may cause damage to the tire. For this reason, it is good to always place the tire and the wheel on a clean surface. Pay attention to the tire's specified direction of rotation, as indicated on the tire sidewall. Place one flange of the rim in the tire. Use your thumb to press this side completely over the flange of the rim. This should be possible with every rim without your having to use any tools. Mount a valve for tubeless rims. Slide the seal ring down the shaft and screw the retaining nut on the valve, so that the seal is neatly positioned in the recess. Make sure the nut is hand tight. Do not use any tools to tighten the nut. Starting at a point opposite the valve, press the other tire side over the flange of the rim. Work along the edge of the rim in both directions at a uniform pace. Forcing the sides of the tire as far down into the center of the rim's drop center as possible makes it easier to mount the last few centimeters. If mounting by hand doesn't work, you will have to use Continental tire levers to get the sides of the tire over the flange of the rim. Center the tire on the rim. Make sure that the tire is in the rim bed and that the valve is positioned between the two tire beads. Place the wheel in front of you and press down on the tire. Rotate the wheel a few degrees and press down on the tire again. Repeat the procedure around the entire circumference of the tire. Hold the valve in the 12 o'clock position. The first time the tire is mounted, you may have to inflate the tire with a compressor. Inflate the tire in short blasts of air until it has attained the maximum possible inflation pressure as indicated on the tire sidewall. The tire seats onto the flange of the rim. You hear a light pop when this happens. Please be very careful when using a compressor. The pressure in the tire must not exceed the maximum recommended inflation pressure. Check the seating of the tire by observing the characteristic line above the rim flange. The characteristic line should be evenly spaced from the rim on both sides over the entire circumference of the tire. If the tire can be inflated this way, sits neatly, and doesn't obviously lose any pressure in the first 1 or 2 minutes, you can continue on to the job of filling in Revo sealant and sealing the tire. Should you run into trouble mounting a tire the first time, continue on to the chapter on pre-mounting a tire.